In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix erector spinae muscle pain for good. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to go over easy exercises that can give quick and long-lasting pain relief for the erector spinae muscles. If you're unfamiliar with them, they're a group of 3 muscles that run right next to the spine throughout the whole back into the neck. Their main function is back extension. Think bending forward and then having to come back upright. If you have a lot of pain or difficulty with that movement, definitely check these exercises out, because when those muscles become strained and inflamed, they cause pain throughout the whole back, even pain that will radiate down into the buttocks. So to make getting pain relief easy, I'm going to break the video up into 3 separate parts. In the first part, we're going to focus on fixing muscle tightness. In the second part, we're going to focus on lengthening those muscles, and then lastly, strengthening them to hopefully get rid of that pain for good. To get the best results, use all 3 parts. As a bonus, all of the exercises can be done at home, require no special equipment, and you may find give quick back pain relief even within 30 seconds. So let's get started and fix that erector spinae muscle pain for good right now. So let's start by getting some quick pain relief by targeting muscle tightness. This includes muscle knots, spasms, and trigger points. We just need a couple things. The first being something soft and round. A tennis ball works perfectly. You can also use something like a spiky massage ball. Even a soft dog toy will work. And I would recommend grabbing a pillowcase or a large sock, because I'm going to show you a really easy way to hit the upper and middle backs with that. So with the erector spinae muscle group, it pretty much runs from the lower back all the way up to the top of the upper back. And it runs directly off to the side of the spine right here and goes over just a couple inches. So when you do this self-massage, you want to go over the muscle, not over the spine. So just go right on the spine right here and go over just a little bit and press into any area that you feel needs attention. Let's start off with the lower back. So let's say I have a lot of soreness and tightness going on my left side of my lower back. I'm going to center that tennis ball right over that spot and then go right next to a wall. I like to position my body where my legs are slightly in front of me. That way I can lean into that wall and apply pressure with my body weight very easily to get a comfortable self-massage. I tend to put all of my body weight onto my heels also. It just makes it a little bit easier to do. From there, I'm just going to support my whole backside flush against the wall. I'm going to bend my knees and then do a slight squatting motion. That is just taking my bottom downward towards the floor. What you're going to notice is when you do this nice and slowly, it's going to glide. That ball is just going to roll over that muscle. So you can control the amount of pressure and then also control the area where you're going to get that self-massage by bending your knees. It usually feels really, really good. I like to do this nice and slowly for about 15 seconds. From there, I just relax. If I feel like I need another repetition or 2, throw it in until that tightness breaks up. And then from there, you can just switch over different spots as needed. If you're focusing on the middle back, what you want to do is now grab your pillowcase just like this, because it's a pretty tricky area. When you try to hold it like this, the ball tends to fall. So if you take the tennis ball right here, put it in the pillowcase, now you can raise and lower it very easily to find those tight, achy spots in the middle back. So let's put it right here for this one. So I'm just going to target that spot, going nice and slowly up and down with it, and then I can raise it going all the way up into the shoulder blade region, even into the upper back. I also like to experiment from there by doing different motions. So instead of going straight up and down with it, go side to side. You're going to notice that the muscle fibers just get hit just a little bit differently. You can also do circular motions, diagonal motions, anything that feels like it's attacking those muscle fibers just a little bit better. But it's just a simple way to go in there and really knock out muscle tightness and muscle pain very, very quickly. So once we're done getting rid of muscle knots and muscle spasms, we need to focus on lengthening the muscle. Here's a really easy stretching exercise that you can do throughout the day, pretty much anywhere, including at work and in class, because you can do this when seated in a chair. Start off right at the edge of a chair. I'm going to show 2 different ways to stretch these muscles. The first one is going to focus more on the upper and middle backs. The second one more on the lower back. When it comes to stretching and lengthening the erector spinae muscle group, what we need to do is round the back into flexion. The more that you round into it, the more that you're going to feel a deep opening stretch. For the upper back, take your hands, place them right on the back of your head just like this. You're going to start off by using your hands to scoop your head forward, taking your chin downward towards your chest. You should feel a very good stretch forming in the neck and the upper back. Once you feel that, then we're going to round our shoulder blade region, taking our elbows downward towards the floor. Go down as much as you feel comfortable. I pretty much feel a deep stretch from my neck into my upper back, in between my shoulder blades to my middle back. You're going to hold this one for 5 seconds, and then what you're going to do is slowly turn your upper body, taking your elbows upward towards the ceiling just like this. I'm going towards my right. You should feel the muscles fire just a little bit differently. Again, hold this one for about 5 seconds. You're going to come back towards the middle and then repeat it on the other side, again for 5 seconds. From there, I like to build into extension, which is a little bit different, I should say the opposite of flexion, just to make sure that we're covering all bases. So this one's easy too. You're just going to take your hands, place them on the back of your head. This time around though, we're going to bring our shoulders backward as much as we can, really allowing the chest to come forward. You should feel a really deep stretch in between those shoulder blades. Again, what you can do is hold this one for 5 seconds, and then you can start to do some rotations towards one side and then towards the other side. But I try to do this whole complete cycle for about 3 to 5 repetitions, and with each repetition, build into it just a little bit more. So moving on to the lower back, what I'm going to do is get back into my original position, but this time around, I really want to make sure that my legs are nice and relaxed. Have your knees bent at 90 degrees, don't have them straight. We don't want to engage the leg muscles. We also want to make sure that our knees are going to be wide enough that our torso and chest are going to be able to fit through it. So I'm going to start off by having my arms overlap just like this, kind of like a genie position, and I'm just going to pivot forward through my waist, bringing my whole upper body and torso forward towards the floor just like this. Keep going forward until you feel a deep stretch forming in the lower back. Once you feel that, we're going to take it to the next level by taking our hands, putting them on the back of our head, and doing now that similar scooping motion, taking our chin towards our chest and then rounding our back into it as much as we can. I pretty much feel a deep stretch in my lower back working its way up to my upper back now. What I'm going to do is hold this one for 5 seconds, and now I'm going to build into that rotation, taking my elbows upward towards the ceiling. 5-second hold. Relax, and then go towards the other side. You can then repeat this one 3 to 5 times, and with each repetition, build into it just a little bit more. In this final part, we're going to help strengthen the erector spinae muscles. If you want long-lasting pain relief, definitely make this your main focus. With the erector spinae muscles, its main function is to extend the back and the trunk. So if you have a lot of difficulty bending forward and then having to come back upright, maybe you have a lot of pain with that movement, definitely check these out. They may help. I'm going to go over 2 different exercises. The first one is going to target more in the upper and middle backs, while the second one will focus a little bit more on strengthening into the lower back. This first one is called the Superman, and you can do this one in bed or on a floor. So I'm going to start lying on my stomach, and I'm going to show you the easiest way to do the Superman, and that way you can progress into more challenging ones as you feel ready. So the easiest version of this is to lie on your stomach and have your arms off to your side, palm side up towards the ceiling. What you want to do is just start to raise your head, shoulders, and arms upward like this. It'll help put the back into extension. The more that you go up, the more that you're going to feel a lot of muscles start to fire. You should feel it in the back, but also into the core. Hold this one comfortably for 5 seconds. You're just going to relax and then repeat this one 10 to 15 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. If you would like to make this one more challenging, what you can do is get back into this original position, but now keeping your legs as straight as possible, lift your feet and heels upward at the same time. You'll feel a lot more fire in the lower back and also into the legs. Again, with all these positions, they're going to be 3 to 5 second holds for 10 to 15 repetitions. From there, you can take this one to the next level by taking your arms, overlapping your hands, and putting them right in front of your face, and now doing this movement. you'll notice that the muscles in the upper back get challenged just a little bit more. Really focus on trying to just drive those elbows upward towards the ceiling as much as you can and really feeling it in between the shoulder blades. In the final position, we are going to do the full Superman. So imagine Superman flying. You're going to put your arms out in front of you just like this, and now repeat. I pretty much feel everything firing from my neck into my upper back into my lower back. This is a really good one to also help strengthen the core. 5-second hold, relax, 10 to 15 times. And afterwards, if you feel like you do have a little bit more energy, you can definitely throw in another set or two. So moving on to the lower back, we're going to do a strengthening exercise that's going to focus on hip extension off the side of a bed. Just like the name implies, we need the edge of a bed for this one, but you can also use a sturdy desk or table as long as it is sturdy enough to support your body weight. So to get into position, you're going to lie on your stomach, but your hips and legs are going to be off the edge. And make sure that you have a nice grip with your hands right here into the bed also. During this exercise, I would recommend just letting all the air out too from your lungs. That way you're not sitting on it. It'll make it just a little bit more comfortable. So let's start with the beginning version of this exercise so you can get used to it. And that way you can progress into the more challenging one when you feel ready. I'm going to have both of my legs straight at my knees as much as I can. And then I'm just going to lift one leg upward towards the ceiling. The more that you go up, the more that you're going to feel a really good activation of the muscles in the legs, the glutes around the hips, and also into the lower back. You really want to focus on feeling it into the glutes and the lower back. You're going to hold this position for 3 to 5 seconds. You're going to slowly bring your leg down, and then you're just going to repeat it on the other side. I like to do this one for 10 to 15 repetitions on both sides. And if you feel like you have a little bit more energy, throw in another set or two. But just make sure to always challenge yourself a little bit more on each repetition. So if that becomes a little bit too easy, we can take this one to the next level by now focusing on both legs at the same time. So put your legs and feet together and make sure that you have a sturdy grip again, and then just slowly raise your feet upward like this. You only want to go up to the point where you feel a really good deep activation of those lower back muscles. That's what we're focusing on. So again, hold this one for about 3 to 5 seconds. You're going to relax and then repeat this one 10 to 15 times. And if you do feel comfortable enough, keep lifting the legs up just a little bit more to really focus on firing the glutes and the leg muscles. They all work together, so if we can strengthen everything, it's only going to help us later down the road. But again, if you feel like you have a little bit more energy, throw in another set or two. If the exercises helped, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.